Hi, welcome to the Stockinit Zombies. I'm Amy, also known as Janitma.
I'm Megan, and I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It, and this is episode 208. Had a little bit of a stutter there. Well, I was counting, and then I'm like, am I saying Megan or am I saying the number? I'm number 7. How have you been?
Good. I'm feeling short. Like
Yeah.
I need to sit up or something.
Mm-hmm. And Max is now.
He's been jostled.
Yes, he's hiding out behind you.
How was your Easter?
Pretty good, pretty good. My kids thought, it's just so funny because I see the wheels turning in their heads and they don't realize that I can see the wheels turning in their head. Well, I just thought I'd mention, because we just hit eggs and candy, that some people, like I've seen on commercials and like some of my friends, like, you know, coming up with some evidence, that the Easter Bunny leaves them like toys.
Yes.
So how is it different at our house? And I was just like, well, I think what happens is the Easter Bunny comes in and he sees all of these toys over here and he goes, I should really give some toys to some people that actually need them because this family doesn't. But yes, they thought they were being so, persuasive.
Yeah. Well, at my house, the Easter Bunny is known to be the parents. Oh, spoiler. Sorry. To cover the ears. Or at least in our house it is. Maybe the Easter Bunny visits yours. He doesn't visit ours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, they helped us load the eggs and then we hid them. So it's like, all right. They still like to do the hunt. So they had fun with that. It was better than Christmas morning. They got up at like some ungodly hour and wandered the house and gathered them all up. And I think twice we had to say, you're not being quiet. And then we get another like 30 minutes of shut eye and then we're like waking up like, you're not being quiet. Because they get talking and really excited about like, oh, I found another one.
Yeah, my kids let me sleep in a little bit, but I think there was some like scouting out.
Oh, okay.
And then Dexter also wanted us to, if we had an opportunity, to let the Easter Bunny know that that he isn't a baby anymore, and that some of these hiding places that the Easter Bunny is hiding them is just a little too easy.
Well, he's got little brothers and sisters.
He has got a little brother, but the Easter Bunny heard, we communicated that, and the Easter Bunny heard his demands and met them, and Mommy and Daddy had to do a lot of psst, psst, look in here. Because I think we had like 24 eggs, and we didn't have many of them found. That Easter Bunny's a good hider when you ask him to step up his game.
Yeah. Ours are all visible. Matt will put some in like the fridge or whatever, but most of the time it's just look up, look high, look low. You can find them. They're visible everywhere.
No, ours were in things.
Okay.
And I had to draw the line when some hiding was going to be in my stash area in the gardening room. I'm like, no. We're not going to have any children pilfering through my project bags and yarn over there. Let's not do that.
The bunny knows that this area is off limits.
It's sacred. But yeah, other than that, we went out for some sushi on Saturday, and I have a really funny picture. It just completely encompasses the personality of Dexter. He's like in the picture sideways, like he decided to be in the picture, and that's just his personality, 110%. And then the boys, it was just going to be me and Ellie were on one side of the booth, and the boys were on the other. And so I handed my phone to Jeremy, and I was like, can you take a picture of me and Ellie? And then the boys crept underneath the booth and popped up into the picture.
Yeah.
So the boys got to be in both.
Okay.
What else? We tried to make some mini carrot cakes with like sprinkles, like tons of sprinkles added in, like funfetti. And they just didn't end up as pretty as we wanted them to. But it was fun. It was a fun little Easter extravaganza.
This evening I ruined my nice workout. Not really. By going to Hy-Vee and buying their half-price Easter candy.
Oh. That happens.
Yeah.
So, what is your candy that it was alluring to you, I guess? What was the...
Well, my thing about going to Hy-Vee for half-price candy is they buy a lot of Russell Stouffer's, and it's like, it's not like the kind that you get at the outlet store. I mean, it's actually nice and fresh, and especially when you're buying it the day after Easter. And yeah, so I just pick up all the Russell Stouffer stuff. Like, they have the eggs that are about this big, were like 20 cents. And they had bunnies, I don't know. They were about, 3 to 4 inches tall and filled with peanut butter, and they were like 33 cents. And they had big bags of miniature wrapped Russell Stouffer's for $3. I don't know, it's always really good.
Yeah.
And then I happened to see M&M's and Cadbury mini eggs. So I got 2 of those bags. I don't think those were quite half off. Those were more like 40% off. But it was a good price. I keep an M&M guy at my desk stocked most of the year so that I can get like a pull of the handle.
Yeah, I like M&M's would be one that it would be hard for me not to partake in.
Yeah, there was a whole grocery cart full of Easter colored M&M's. So
pinks and blues.
Yeah, pastellis. But yeah, that's tradition. Hide eggs and buy cheap candy the next day. Why? I don't know. My house is overrun with candy. I know most of it will go to my workplace tomorrow. It just happened to be like, oh, I want to try this and I want to try that. And so we took a little bit from each bag, and that was like the home stash, and then everything's going to work tomorrow. Nobody else had done it yet, so I was like, all right, sweet, I'll be the first one. Put candy out in the common area. But yeah, can't really think of what else happened. We had some stuff for the retreat arrive, so that was fun.
Exciting.
Yeah. A giant box with my dress form arrived.
Ooh, that's right.
So
and
now
you
I
named her
Gina. Basically, I took the Firefly Zoe, and then kind of went down a internet rabbit hole. So I was like, oh, what actress played her? Because she's on Suits and she does other things, and I'm like, okay, what's her name? Gina Torres. And I was like, that's Brooklyn Nine-Nine, because there's Gina and there's Torres, and also an Amy. Hello, that's me. And I'm like, yay! So I was like, okay, Gina, I think sounds good. Lucy hated the name. Ugh, Gina, no way. But I don't know. I liked it. I thought, okay, I don't necessarily look at her and think, Gina looks nice today. I just like having a name when I'm saying Gina is modeling this lovely
it's fun to have a name. Makes me think of the Never-Ending Story. What's your name? Or what does he scream out? Why can't I think of it?
She says, say my name.
Say my name. Sebastian, say my name.
Or what's my name? I don't know.
What's my name, yeah.
Gosh, it's been so long since I've seen it.
Yeah, we tried to watch it through, anyway, yeah.
Tangent.
Yes. Super tangential. All right, so this will be published tomorrow. So if you're watching it on the last literal day of March, we have Desert Vista Dye Works is giving us a skein per 100 entries up until the end of March for the year, which I think is currently at 5, which is just mind-blowing.
Nice.
Yes. thank you so much for your generosity in advance. And I think the people that we draw as winners, as part of their duty as winners, will have to let us know what colorway they chose.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, of any that she has ever dyed up, even like retired and whatever, what they chose. Dun dun dun. So yeah, that's going on. We drew for the interpretations giveaway, and then we've got 2 new giveaways that we reviewed last week. So we'll get those started up. I think a fun prompt for this one would be, what do these colors make you think of? Like, I'm trying to, I mean, like, to me it's kind of sunshiny and then
like daffodils. But
daffodils.
Yeah.
Making Eyes at My Non-Boyfriend is the name of the colorway. But if you're not feeling a interpretation, as it were, of this color, you could also say what you were interested in knitting up. And I've been wearing my Tardy socks and absolutely loving them.
Oh, good.
Love, love, love them.
And I'm wearing my DVD socks.
Ooh. And then we also reviewed the shawl. I think we'll keep the pattern to do a giveaway with the green KAL. Okay. And then the shawl pin that we reviewed last week. And the prompt on that could be jewelry related.
I was going to say favorite shawl.
Favorite shawl to use with your shawl pin.
Yeah, because
love it.
Because then, we can get a whole new inspiration for making things.
Yep. Something that's new or that you've seen, or an old reliable favorite that you've made over and over and over again. So those will both be out in the threads. And then before I get to the interpretations drawing, I just wanted to mention, I don't know if everybody's that's on iTunes. I know a lot of people are on YouTube now, and that a lot of people watch us through YouTube and through the player on our website. But iTunes has been really lagging. Like I went out there last week, and the last 2 episodes weren't out there yet. And I had published it many, many hours before, and so I put in a tech ticket, basically, to the iTunes folks, and it took a good 4 days. I think I just got notified like Sunday that they had refreshed something, and now both of our latest episodes they had confirmed were available. So it seems to be something on the iTunes side, because when I literally go out to the RSS feed that feeds iTunes, it's available. So sorry for any lag that you may have seen, or if you just saw us in a different way because you knew that a new episode was available. But just a heads up, if your iTunes feeds are lagging, I think I saw other people out in the forums that they make you check before you submit the ticket. iTunes has been having some RSS congestion. Some indigestion, as it were.
I think I know where they might find some hardware to fix that problem.
Amy's got some hardware for you. All right, so the interpretations ebook will be gifted to the winner. We had 262 entries into the giveaway, and thank you so much to Hohi and Vera. Vera just had a interview out on the audio podcast, a Playful Day, that I haven't gotten to listen all of, but I saw a preview of it in Instagram.
Nice.
So if you wanted to go check out that. But so 2 through 262, and the winner was an early one, number 27. Stephanie Sews, and her favorite grouping was Free because she liked breathing space.
Okay. I saw a lot of variety out there. I thought for sure with as many people that I've seen knitting breathing space, that would be the clear winner. But man, no,
Yeah.
it's all over.
Yeah.
So it was good.
Yeah, no, I mean, that just speaks to how much of,
They hit,
it resonates with a lot of different knitters, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So Stephanie, please contact me and I can let Hohi know to gift that away. And yeah, it's a fun book. I've now knit 2 things out of it, and I'm wearing one, you're knitting one.
Mm-hmm.
Lots and lots of fun. So,
I don't have any finished objects, if memory serves.
okay.
I blocked my hex, but that doesn't really seem to count in my mind.
Okay, so I finished my breathing space. As I mentioned last week, I took the stripes down to underbust, and I'm kind of glad I did. I like the way it looks on me and the way it looks on Peg. When I was knitting these sleeves, they were even. So that's a little bit of geometry for you. If the sleeve stripes match when they're at your side, when the hypotenuse, but when the hypotenuse goes out, they no longer appear the same length, right? Same length, not same length, same length, not same length. But that said, I did want a strip of green, and I did want a not full length sleeve, so that is the stripes lay where they lay. I had a little bit of, I was a little concerned over here with it maybe bunching a little bit, because you don't do any of the decreases on the straightaway section, but it blocked out like a dream.
Mm-hmm.
I was mentioning to Amy, this is that Huckleberry Knits that Pivot tried to eat, and I think maybe
Tried to eat, she successfully
Okay, she
ate
did.
several times.
not the whole sweater though.
No, but pieces of it were missing.
Oh no, this isn't. Never mind. That's my other sweater. This is the Color Me Happy and the Leading Men Fiber Arts. So they were both blocking pretty close in days. So I'll talk about the cat boondoggle on that one. Anything else to say? It did grow quite a bit lengthwise, because I was kind of concerned about the length on this side, maybe hitting me a little too croppy. But it's fine. It's a little wide at the neck, like I keep on spotting my my bra strap peeking out over there, but I could wear a tank top underneath if I wanted. Does it seem wide to you?
I'm sure after I wet block it, it will.
And I really enjoyed this BFL, this the green, and then the pink was a very similar weight of yarn, not necessarily the same content, but they were both like over 450 yards per 100 grams. Hello. He says, "You're not petting me," and she's gesticulating a lot. So I'm gonna get up. And yeah, short sleeves helped. I kind of dug myself into a sleeve hole because I had 6 sleeves to knit between a design that I'm working on and then these 2 garments, and I don't ever want to do that again. I was like, not another sleeve. And then when you start talking like, I've knit 2 of the 6 that I need to do, it just becomes so disheartening. So disheartening to me.
Yes.
This does not have buttons yet, and it needs a literal butt ton of buttons. I think the sleeves have a fun little detail down here on the top where it's straight stockinette, and you're supposed to put 1, 2, 3 down on the sleeve, although I don't think I ended up with as long of a cuff as it was written up. So 3 per sleeve, and then I think there's like 8 here, or 11? No, 11 doesn't sound right. Maybe 11 is the total. But I really liked that she had it styled with the buttons kind of pulling out maybe the not dominant color. hers is that kind of bronzy color, and she has kind of maybe a grayer button.
Yeah, so you'd probably go with a grayer or blue.
Yeah, like a navy or a gray. I was thinking might be fun. And this grew a ton down. Like, I feel like these holes are so much bigger now in that hourglass lace. It's very long. Modifications I made on this, I did not pick up nearly as many stitches around the neck hole as was called for because I didn't want the neck to be gapey. I'm gonna layer my interpretations here. I don't have anything on underneath the this to be able to try it on. But this was laying out and the cats were giving it the look. This is that Huckleberry BFL. And I just think maybe those sheep like either ate some catnip and turned it into wool. Because
it's catnip wool.
Yep, catnip wool. But it goes down pretty low as far as the Henley is concerned. But a nice warmer weather, or colder weather, warmer weather if you put like a tank underneath it. But knit, and I can show how it hits me, I guess, over the top of my.
It is long.
It is long, and it's got this the ribbing panel down the sides, which is nice. Kind of cinches it in, and then yeah, those buttons will give it a nice pop.
I could see knitting that in a couple different colors in mind right now. Yeah.
It's a nice, it's a nice Henley. I'm a big fan of Henleys. I don't like knitting 100% cardigans, but I do like knitting, having a little bit of a line up here, so that you don't end up with the uniboob. Yeah, so picked up less around the neck hole. I don't think I added any length. In fact, I felt like it was going to be really short. If I had it to do again, I might have put maybe one less buttonhole in. Ended it a little earlier than the pattern had written up. But I think it did really well with the super variegated. Like, it's like, I'm jiving with you. I like ya. And yeah, I'll have to post pictures once I do pick out some buttons and get that posted. Cool. Yes. I love it. So yeah, these are 4 of the 6 sleeves that I had to do. And then these socks got done. So I don't know if this was what you were telling me to do, or if like I heard what you were saying but didn't really hear it and then thought it was my own idea. But basically, they are matching in that they both start in green and transition to yellow. And then this was from the outside of the ball of the gradient, so the blue transitioning to the purple. And then this was from where the yellow ended off, the orange up into the pink. I think it's a really cool. I think you don't notice as much the difference in the widths when the stripes kind of get bigger and smaller in those areas, because these look really wonky to me. I mean, I know that they're the same shape, but it looks really thin down here and really fat, and then it, you know, like you can see the stripes being the same metered 2 rows per stripe, like really makes it poignant to me how fat it gets up here as opposed to clear down here. But these are the skews, and this is the Happy-Go-Lucky Wonder Twins? Wonder Balls?
Happy Fun Balls?
No. Happy Balls? I can't remember.
Wonder Twins sounds good, but for some reason I'm thinking Happy Fun Ball now from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. Well, I think I have one of each.
Oh, okay.
Like I think I had the 2, and I think that might have been the twins, and then I've got the ones that I got at Knitting Pipeline.
Okay.
That are, and again, absolutely love how the skews hug my feet. And that was week number 12, I think. And then I've got 13 on the new.
Wow.
They're not going quite as fast.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I think, again, it's the sleeves. Mm-hmm. So I diverted all of my tubular in the round knitting to the sleeves focus, and that has stolen my sock mojo. Yeah. It happens to the best of us.
Well, we have spring break coming up. Maybe you can have catch-up time or forward leaning. Get
just
over
knit
that.
Socks. Yeah. The whole spring break.
Enough to catch up, I guess, or buy yourself some time.
Yes.
For some sleeves.
Or decide to, knit somebody with smaller feet than me.
Yeah.
Some socks.
Yep. That was inevitable at some point.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Ellie is sad because tomorrow is her last day as my calendar girl on my Hito Fude calendar.
Oh.
March was her month.
I see.
So she enjoys being the calendar girl, which just makes me realize that I should probably make a calendar with my family because they enjoy being the person of the month, apparently. Make their birthday their month, and yep.
Cool. Who's April then?
April is Dexter. And then it's Dexter, Jeremy. Oh, you mean in the Hito?
Yeah. I know your kids.
April's Corey.
Oh, okay.
Corey's birthday is in April.
That's a fantastic one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Super bright, but yeah. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the calendar I would make for my family. I'm like, Dexter's birthday is next month. And then it's, like you have your crazy around Christmas, and mine is just like April, May, June, July.
Yes. Equally as crazy. Now it's, what do you want for your birthday? People asking me, because April's my birthday month as well. And I was like, I had like ones that were insanely expensive and ones that were insanely cheap. I had nothing in the middle to share with people. So like Star Wars
gum.
Okay, no, not that cheap.
Okay,
but like Star Wars comes out on DVD, digital, and Blu-ray.
Yeah.
In April, so I was like, well, you guys could get me that, but we probably would have bought that anyway. So, my other one is like the new phones. Like, my phone's 2 years old, so it's like, give me a new phone, and that's like the insane, like, just buy me a new phone. Yeah, like those are cheap. And I couldn't come up with anything that was kind of middle of the road. I think I'm saving it all up for Yarn Over. I'm like, well, I know I'm going to be getting some yarn at Yarn Over, so I don't know.
Yeah.
There's nothing I need right now. I said some double point needles. I think that was another thing. Like,
and they were like, what are those?
So yeah, it was tough to come up with something for my birthday month that they could buy me. I'm like, well, it's going to be more of a treat yourself. Buy me a card or make me a card. That was one request that I did make specifically, and Lucy heard me, so I have a feeling it'll get done.
Awesome.
And then we were moving on to whips. So
yes.
I will talk about the whip that got a lot of attention, and then I felt like I was zooming so much, and then I don't know what happened. It was just like, I don't want to work on this anymore, and I switched projects. So I have 2 sleeves now.
2.
So that was like half a sleeve here before. So 2 sleeves, and then I have
2 sleeves for the
Bray sweater. So that's a Brooklyn tweed pattern people. And this is
people?
Yeah, wool people. Yeah, thank you. I was like, the people that do the thing,
what? Like, I just heard people, and I was like, wool people.
People. Yes, like, wool people. And it calls for the loft held double, but I did the studio dongle studio yarn, like I did for my Nanny Swimo project, and got
Kinda
really
lacy,
far.
Huh?
Yeah. It's lace and it's lace or eyelets and cables, and I knew that because there's a shirt that I bought specifically to go under it, and so I'm excited to get this done. But at the same time, as soon as I got through a big portion of the panel, I was like, I'm ready for something else.
Mm-hmm.
So this will probably get a lot of attention over the spring break, and hopefully I'll have a finished sweater. The tragedy was that I had balled up the rest of my yarn, and I only had these 2 skeins, and I was like, uh-oh, cables eat up a lot of yarn.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I know I have more, I know I have more, I know I have more. And then, like, I was brushing my teeth one night, and it dawned on me where this was living. I was like, to the box. So I went over to this box that's kind of on a shelf in the living room, and sure enough, it was sitting there with other, like, single skeins from a bunch of sweaters that I was thinking about knitting on. And so I had laid them all out, just one skein from each of a sweater group, and it was sitting there with those. So I did have an extra one, and so I will not have to worry about yarn chicken. I can finish this. But anyway, that's the bray from those wool people. And then, of course, the breathing space, as you can see, the finished object next to me. This is where it is still in transition, but I am no longer short rowing, so zoom zoom, I'm hoping, because it'll be knitting extravaganza from here on out.
It does continue to get bigger and bigger, almost like shawl-like, right?
Yeah.
So that can be a little bit like, I'm not short rowing anymore, but...
And I did notice that I'm not doing this at the correct cadence. The increases on the side, like either I keep forgetting them. I don't know. So I'm looking at it going, okay, what cadence can I keep? Because apparently,
how often am I remembering to do this?
Every 10 is not happening right now.
Yeah.
So I will hopefully keep up the flow on the side so it doesn't, I don't know. So it goes consistently instead of going like. I continued to do them on this side, and then I just decreased them away over here because I felt like it was already very, the offset. Oh, I see. So you don't have the extra volume on the side because you decreased them away on the other side.
Yeah. So to continue the bias, I did the increases as written, and then I, which side were the? It would be the side that, the increases on this side, and then I just decreased them away on the other.
Okay.
So that it would continue to be biased.
Yeah, I can just do the increases.
Yes.
And yeah.
And I forgot to mention it as I was, I think the green, I just barely dipped into my third skein. And there is a metric ton of the pink left, it felt like.
Oh, okay.
So I felt like this used very little yarn. I mean, it's fingering on 4s? Fingering on 4s. So it is kind of a, breathing space. It's going to be a light, airy, drapey, thin fabric that's created. But yeah, I don't know. I was just like, wow. I have a whole green ball, like I could make a shawl or something, although I don't know that I would ever wear like a shawl with this, but yeah. Have a matching something.
You could have a cowl that.
Yeah, or I could try to downsize it for Ellie, and we could have that we could go bowling in. Bowling breathing spaces. Some people breathe at bowling alleys, right? Any more whips?
Tend to breathe. Sorry. I have the Ixtapa. So Ixtapa. It is just like a handkerchief right now, but I am moving on up the sides and decreasing along the way. I don't recall too much more of the pattern. I believe this is the back side, and I am It's a lot of piecing, but I can't quite remember at this point. I am on the backside panel, and like I said, it looks like a handkerchief right now. And yeah, but it is nice. Oh, I remember what I wanted to say. Last time I had this in a cake, and I heard from Pam at Louette.
Okay.
And she had said that she always balls her linens, and in an effort to make them softer and easier to work with. If you find that linen, even after that first balling, still doesn't quite treat your hands the way you would like it to, she would suggest you do that 2 more times. So then you just take the end of the ball and you just re-ball it. And there is something to be said about that passing through your fingers as you're winding furiously. A lot of slough will happen. My pants had, a not insignificant amount of slough on them when I was done. And then it kind of breaks it at an angle, because you're holding it like this as you're winding it, and so it breaks it at an angle, so it does get softer. It's kind of doing a little bit of that wearing it in or breaking it in of a linen sweater kind of in advance, so that it is more pleasant to knit with. Also, the stitches will probably knit more evenly into the garment because you've broken it. So anyway, it was a wonderful suggestion. I did only do it once. It doesn't bother my hands when I'm knitting with it. And it did improve the way that it was knitting into a fabric. I still see some consistency issues, but I'm going to say that that's just me. Pearl back row or whatever. I just got a little, I don't know, my mind wandered. It got a little loosey-goosey.
Yeah, and speaking of the Louette folks, they contacted us, and I think I forgot to mention, with the coupon code for Louette.com, if you buy 4 skeins of the Euroflax, like Amy is knitting that out of, and you use the coupon code IXTAPA, IXTAPA, you can get the pattern for free.
And other people are knitting along, like other blogs and other podcasts are knitting along with this collection. So I would probably hunt and peck if there's a different one that you were thinking about. I mean, this is a beautiful garment, but if something trips your trigger a little harder, maybe do a quick search. Maybe those other people have some coupon codes as well.
Or coupon codes.
Coupon?
Clematis?
Well, I was talking to Matt about something. We downloaded a new app to play the Heads Up game, but it's not the Heads Up game. It's just somebody else's version of it. And their programming was a little wonky still. And I'm like, they got to work on their code. Just real
Minnesota.
And I didn't even try to do it. That's how it came out. And I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I witnessed a Minnesota-ism at daycare the other day when I was dropping Quentin off. Somebody was talking about the bag, but they said bag.
Bag.
Where's the bag? The bag. And the daycare provider could not understand what the other person was saying. And I'm like, she's saying bag. Like bag. Big? You mean the bag? And I'm like, no. Anyway.
Yes.
Minnesotanisms.
Yes. So yes, that word is now impossible for me to say in a normal accent when I am not concentrating on
Code or bag?
Code. So I can say it when I'm focused on it. Code. But if I am just talking like I do, it comes out code. Code. So I have the bolting on the needles, and I did make some progress on it. So it's growing. It still feels like it's in its baby stages, even though there's only 2 more sections of written pattern. But it does grow. So it's doing the lightning bolt thing. I'm excited to have it be enormous. So this will be a long-term project. But it is pretty brainless, so I like to keep this around.
I see some green hiding in there.
Yeah, that's like future enabling or not future enabling. I don't know. It's for the testament. I wanted to show it to you.
Okay.
And then I have my Think Spring Green shawl. And I've been working on this one. It's my purse knitting right now. It's not quite as mindless as I would like, but I have the pattern in my pocket right here, so it can stare me in the face right there. And yeah, it's coming along. I'm starting to see the I don't know. I'm starting to see the scallops and starting to understand how to work the pattern without thinking about moving the chart widget, you know, like
the Cooode.
Yes,
You see the Cooode?
I do. It gets a little strange somewhere, you know, when you have to start this little doohickey here, that little tie that's along the scallop. So you're knitting along and you're like, oh, I forgot to add that thing in here. So I'm sure it'll take some getting used to, but so far, loving knitting with the cashmere. Sanguine Griffin, so you know, good luck finding it.
Yep.
Mustache, etc.
Or you can my sweater without,
yeah,
with it that doesn't have sleeves. It's short sleeve.
So that is all that is fit to be shown. I know
Okay.
it was a lot, and I can do future enabling. I mean, do the green when I have enabling.
Okay. Yep. I finished this for the green. These have green in them. And then I went kind of deep stash. So the top is kind of top secret here. Although I don't know whether or not it will actually end up being a design or not. But for the time being, I'm going to keep it secret. But this is No Makers. I just find it funny. Top secret. The top is top secret.
Yes, the top of
that's
the
a dad
sock
joke.
is, yes.
That's a dad joke.
Or uncle.
But this is No Makers when she still had like nomakers.etsy.com.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I think I bought this from Amanda. But it's zombie flannel, and it's No Makers. It's their 75% merino, 25% nylon base. It was born on 12/07 of 09.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But I really like the zombie flannel. It's got a fun pop of teal and some red and some grays.
So what's the secret for?
The design?
Mm-hmm.
Just an upcoming design.
Okay. Even the placement is secret.
Yes.
All right.
It's a secret. But really enjoying working with that base. I think I have some of the some other of her base that may or may not be the same base. That one's from 2009. But it's soft. It's nice.
Yes.
It's got the top kind of has a lot of stretch, so that looked like a small sock.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of is. I have not yet like gotten in my mind what I'm taking with me on spring break. So yeah,
The braid is top priority, and then but there's a lot of things that I would like to cast on. So I will quickly talk about that as like needle adjacent here.
Okay. I still have my one whip
yeah,
here. Sorry. This is a pattern that I saw out on somebody's Instagram. It's from the latest Knitty. So I think that's spring, summer, or is it just summer? I can't remember. Would it have it on here somewhere? But it's the Pincha shawl, which is Sanskrit for peacock, and it's also a yoga pose. And it's just very feathery. She was inspired by a super variegated yarn that she wanted to, I really think, you may or may not be able to see this very well. But this is the general shape of the shawl. And you're just doing a ton of short rows to create these very feather-like. So the first one is distinct because you're casting on all these stitches as you go, and then all the subsequent kind of feathers here are all worked the same. And it's kind of like a hitchhiker in that you know, you're casting on or you're increasing on one side and then you end up binding off here. But just absolutely love these colors. Goodness, my needles are trying to very greeny, and then of course I don't have it. This is we got this at Shepherd's Harvest from Fiber Addiction M, and I think this is her Glowworm colorway. I can't remember. A lot of it's her, and it's her BFL base, so I'm like BFL all the time. Haven't not had BFL on the needles since, I don't know. It would be funnier if I actually had a date to stay there. So it's like the beginning of 2016. But when we saw this, and I got 3 skeins of it, each skein is kind of unique in its own way. So this one I picked out because it's got these pops of pink, and I thought that that would be very striking if you saw like a pop of pink in one of the little short row sections. But again, a nitty pattern, which is free, and the designer is Pinpillin Wangsai. Pinpillin Wangsai is how I'm going to say her name. And she does not, well, there's a link to her blog, but it doesn't look like she's got like a design name or a designer.
It's just her name.
Yep. So, but I'm enjoying it. It took me, I thought I was being ever so smart and doing German short rows, and believe it or not, just wrapping and turning looks a lot better. So I did this first feather quite a few times. One, to get it to, you want to have the right number of row or the right number of stitches, and then also have the short row sections bump into each other. So if you get a little off, you end up redoing that first feather, but then also just wrapping and turning. That's what you want to do. Don't do anything fancy. Just do a wrap and turn that you end up knitting past and not picking up the wrap and turn for. So, but yeah, it'll be pretty. I like it's a unique shape, and I like these colors a great deal. These are just my colors.
Like looking at it, I'd be very interested in seeing it in a solid. Like for some reason, I'm like, oh, I want to see that texture in a solid. It would be interesting.
Well, you would lose less of the seeing that they aren't literally just going back and forth, right? Because the change in the color is what actually draws your eyes to these lines, right? I mean, you could see it if you were really looking, but I think it's the change in colors that makes it look very feathery, right? Because you can see all of the directions of the knitting, because you can see the deltas.
I don't know.
Amy's not convinced.
And maybe somebody will never try it just for that reason.
Well, you could cast on the first feather and find out. I can tell you it takes you about 20 minutes to do that first feather.
You've done it a lot.
A few times, eh?
Yeah, casting on has not been a good thing for me lately, and I have to restart a lot lately.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant, I was going to say, in general, you love the casting on.
Oh, no, but like each sleeve and each piece of that sweater, I've just been like starting the new section is just the least amount of fun for me. It's like, oh, stop, pull out enough yarn, cast, do the counting, and count it 8 times, and then, okay, now I'm ready to go back and forth. Yeah.
I do like when you get to the point in a knit where you can kind of be mindless. I don't like it when it's completely mindless, so all you're doing is just knit. But I do like when you're not like, okay, precision is key here, right? I'm increasing and decreasing, and yeah, that was kind of this. I was like, ugh.
Yep. Counting and recounting that cast on. Like, when you're doing it while people are trying to talk to you too. It's like
definitely not social knitting.
Stop trying to talk to me.
Can't
I'm
you
sitting
see
in
him?
my knitting chair and I have a needle and thread and it's not anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, not here nor there. Anyway, kind of enabling. I have some Ghost Light from Leading Men Fiber Arts in Fiber Arts in I think Lightning Bug and Silver Fog.
Mm-hmm. So London Fog?
Fog is definitely in the name, so maybe London Fog. And then this one is Lightning Bug. Super stunning. So, yes, super excited. These are the same size skein of yarn. I just must have been really super fast with the green and got it tighter. But yeah, I'm excited to cast on. This will be for the Beach Please.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it'll be another extravaganza. But I'm liking that this is lace weight.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lace weight Cecily.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even think of her last name right now.
McDonald. Cecily Glowick McDonald?
Okay, so one of her sweaters in a lace weight that I made a long time ago, and I don't think that I was quite a garment knitter at that time because I can see that the raglan is just really large, and I would not have allowed that to happen now. And so it's very loose, and it is kind of a thing, right? It's kind of schlubby looking when I wear it, and that works. But I was just thinking how much I would really like to have another lace garment that fits more appropriately. So I'm excited to get one of those.
That you're excited.
And then, yeah, I have one more little enabling, but it's kind of you snooze, you lose, sucker. So I don't really.
People can't get it?
Yeah, can't get it. I got the Firefly cargo crate from Loot Crate. So lootcrate.com. The last one that I got from them was insane. It came with a hat, a shirt, all really awesome. So there was a Deadpool one, and this one was Versus. So Versus, I got like a Spock t-shirt and it was a poster from Mirror Mirror. So that's the Evil Spock episode. So that's Spock versus Evil Spock. It was really cool. And then I got a Mighty Wallet, which is this unterrible paper wallet, and that was a Batman versus Superman. I got a Daredevil and Punisher hat. So if you're watching the new season of Daredevil, you know that Punisher is on there. So that was kind of cool. It was reversible. And I think I got a figure too. Maybe not. Oh yeah, a figure. It was for Alien versus Predator. So you either got Alien or Predator, and I got Alien. But yeah, they're getting better and better. And they haven't increased the price at all. So I was excited to sign up for a Firefly specific crate where it would focus on just Firefly. Well, Firefly, they decided this first one would be about Kaylee. So I have a Kaylee bear. Cool.
She just had a baby. Super cute baby.
Oh yeah.
In real life.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes, she has. So then they pointed out that on Kaylee's outfit, there's a bear here, and on the bear's outfit, there's a Kaylee there.
Aww.
So they put a lot of thought and detail into the plushie. I didn't bring the figurine, but they have a really, really nice QMX figurine. And basically looking at their website, because I don't collect figurines, but looking at their website after getting it and thinking, wow, they did a really nice job, and you go out to their website, and well, of course they did. They sell figurines that are upwards of like hundreds of dollars, but they specifically made a smaller but very nice figurine of Kaylee holding her parasol. So super, super cute, wearing the same outfit that she's wearing here, in the Kaylee Bear form. And then I got this awesome pin that says "Everything Shiny, Captain," which is probably my favorite thing in the whole box. But yeah, the more I look at that figurine, they did a good job, you know, because like sometimes it's like a human face and it's a literal human face and they just screw it up. This looks really nice. I think that they did a great job. And so it's probably going to be residing on my desk. But you can still get a crate. It will just be of the next theme. So the Kaylee ones have been shipped and they're gone. I did see a few people on Instagram going big disappointment. So tag them and follow up and say, hey, I want that bear. Like, if you're disappointed, I want that bear or I want that figure. Because, yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. And again, I was really hoping for a t-shirt. I said that in my Instagram post. But the more I think about it, I am really excited about what I got. Lucy will probably enjoy this bear.
Yeah, didn't she maybe it's just my memory is failing me here, but I think she just literally had like a Kaylee t-shirt that they were selling that was benefiting something. So maybe they didn't want to
compete with her.
Non-compete type thing.
And they did have a nice 10-question interview with the actress and some other things that were in the paperwork, you know, not goodies to show, but they were in there. They had a Reaver, so the spaceship design, so some early spec artwork for that, reproductions. Anyway, very nerdy. If you're into any of this universe, like you think like, oh, Daredevil and alien stuff, that sounds awesome. The original Loot Crate is a good deal. That's under $20, around $20 shipped. And I have not been disappointed in 2016. I will say that in 2015 I got a crate that I was really disappointed by, but the ones in 2016 have been all great. All way over value. So you get a t-shirt, you get figurines, you get hats, you get, you know, little pins and stuff, and still under $20.
Wow.
So I really liked these. These are the Firefly specific ones are a little bit more expensive, and like I said, you're getting like this master figurine, you know, in miniature. Just knowing that the same people who created this lovely Kaylee figurine are making, you know, ones that are hundreds of dollars that are limited editions and whatnot. So I feel like they do a good job.
Cool.
But anyway,
I had some enabling that I did not grab, but the Fat Squirrel had an update, and she had bags that had squirrels on them, and so I had to have a bag from the Fat Squirrel that had a squirrel on it.
No, and it's so funny. Like, I never catch an update, so like when I said I want that, and you're gonna have to go get it for me. That's the only time I have gotten
one that you saw.
But, yeah. So they've all come from the Knitting Pipeline retreat, whether I've been there or not.
Yeah,
I'm terrible at getting online updates from them.
And then also I wanted to mention, and I can mention it again as the date gets closer, but a lot of people have contacted me and asked me about when the Pippi kits are coming out. And Annie Light Anne contacted me and said that she has a kit release date, drum roll please, April 16th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So they are coming. April is soon.
Yeah, and they're not that far away.
No. So yeah, yep. And that was a couple. You've seen a couple of my.
I would love to see what stitch markers she came up with for them.
The print and the artist rendition of Pippi was just so cute. That for the custom made fabric for the bags. Everything about her kits are always so well done. Always super honored when she contacts me and asks me if I want to be a small part of them, because I feel like the patterns are a very small part of them. Like, they're not, in my mind, the really cool stuff is, you know, her putting all of that together. But yeah, so that's exciting. And that's coming up.
That's all I had. Anything in retreat news?
Stuff's happening, but not for on-camera discussion. So,
Yep. The wait list had some small movement, right? So things are turning, as it were.
get out there and sign up to teach a class. There are some deadlines looming. And again, I feel like maybe we've had, maybe in our talking about it or whatever, made it seem like it was this really big deal. I think it would be super fun to have all kinds of, Christine's out there talking about paper piercing, and it doesn't have to be a large, epic class. It can just be a skill that you feel like you could share. I think I could probably share about brioche if somebody was like, I want to learn brioche. I could show you what I know about brioche, and it doesn't have to be, a multi-hour class. In fact, the smaller classes are a little easier for our brains to take in and then continue on our way. So yeah, sign up for the class. We're going to lose our block of rooms here shortly. Except for a few set aside for waitlisters. So if you don't have a hotel room, go out and do that. T-shirts deadline is looming, as well as the 5K sign up is looming. And all of that is, the 5K is so that I can buy the swag. So after that point, it's a little harder to add additional people in. So it would be good to get signed up. And then once we've got the classes, that deadline is mid-April. All signed up for, will be looking to create a schedule and have a sign up for the classes, for the attendees to take the classes.
Yeah, there have been a few people in the class discussion threads talking about little things that they could do. Absolutely. Please do it.
Do it.
I've been looking through our submissions and then that list to see if there's a hole that I could possibly teach for. And I will be looking at that more seriously over the next few weeks. Because we do want to have,
and if it would be helpful,
options.
we could post the topics that had been submitted already if folks wanted to be able to do the same, right? So look for that. And then also I posted the VKN schedule out there. I'm sorry that I was so behind schedule on that. We had some wonderful people step up and say that they would lead those VKNs. I think I did a couple in April, and then a couple in May, and I think maybe one like 10 days before the retreat, just in case there was some last minute, what should I pack? What do I do there? How do I get there? Type questions. But ultimately just to see some and have some friendly faces that pre-retreat. I think that that's a fun, good thing. Still can't believe it's going to be April pretty soon.
Yeah.
Where is the time going? My life has just been bonkers, and time is moving faster and faster and faster, and I just feel like I should grab something and be like, stop. That wouldn't make it go any slower.
No.
He was like, don't grab me, please.
Yeah, it's getting so close, and we have real and practical things that are starting to physically show up at our doorstep, and it's real, baby. It's real.
It's totes real.
Yeah, but
we always
and
get to this point.
if you're local and you want to help, call me.
Hit us up.
Hit us up. We got things for you to do.
We'll buy some lunch if you can help us.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess it doesn't really matter how local you are. So, if you're willing, we can find something for you to do.
Yep. We've got lots and lots to do. But it's fun. It's all fun. It is fun. It's fun stuff. So, all right. KL with us. Sign up for giveaways. Knit on happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Bye.
Bye, Ufta.